YouTube on.
Yeah.
For the Facebook.
It should be working now. Somebody give me a mic check, please.
Hey, mic
Check.
Hello, hello.
It's working now. It
Yo,
wasn't your
mic
fault.
check,
It
1,
wasn't
2.
anybody's fault.
It's just society in general.
XSplit updated, and when it did, it removed all my settings
Oh,
without
God.
telling me it was going to do that. So I can pretty much guarantee people can. There, see, there's the thumbs up.
Nice.
Can everybody
Sweet.
hear us now? Everybody in the chat room can hear us. If you can hear us, please tell me you can hear us. Because we just went through a whole thing trying to get everything to work because XSplit kind of jammed its hand up my ass for a minute there.
Skynet.
This is why we need net neutrality.
Yeah, exactly. We're good. Yes, can anybody hear me?
Or alcoholic beverages.
Somebody let us know.
I
What's
can,
good, fam?
yes.
Watching from work. Yep,
Oh.
they can hear us. Okay, awesome. Hey, what's up, Alexis? What's up, Joe? I think that's Cousin Joe.
That is Cousin Joe.
Cousin Joe. I'm going to start over again because now everybody can hear us.
Good.
Okay, so of course it's all right. Hi, Dan. Welcome.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
No problem. Welcome to Awesome. Yes, yep, sounds good to me.
Holy Christ, in the dump truck. What the hell?
Welcome to Awesome Talk Season 10, Episode 8 on November 13th, 2018. Tonight, we have a great show for you.
Do we? Deja
Do
vu.
we?
You look very confident when you say that.
Yes, it's going to be a great show tonight. We have some great guests for you tonight, and I'm going to introduce them now. We have Gregory Andrews from Portraits of the Jersey Shore is here tonight. I would like to hear it. Absolutely amazing photography site where he takes pictures of people in New Jersey, mostly, yes?
Sure.
And explains something about their lives, and just you get to know people, you get closer to people, and it's really outstanding. Me and Sarah have been to 2 of his talks, and they were both outstanding.
Thanks, man.
Mike Scroy from Iron Horse Cinema is
Nice.
here. Mike Scroy. Mike Scroy is Awesome Talk alumni, as I put it. Mike Scroy was here during season 1.
Yes.
He was one of the first guests that we ever had. And he did a stand-up comedy act in front of our green screen over here,
Yes.
which we filmed, and I did a poor job of putting a background in because I was new at the whole thing.
That was awesome.
But it was still fucking hilarious, and it was great. And he also performed at the Awesome Talk live show at the Saint, the first one, and he
Yeah.
did stand-up comedy there. And right
I
now,
was there
Iron
for
Horse
that
Horse Cinema is in the middle of making a video game. We're going to talk about that later.
Yes.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, Frankie V from Team Rocket Set is here. Frankie V just recently did the Grind Mode Cypher with Diabolic. Recently opened for Immortal Technique with Team Rocket Set. Matt was, of course, part of that. And he's going to spit some rhymes for us later tonight, too. So I'm really looking forward to that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you for having me.
As for the rest of us, we can introduce ourselves. I'm your host, Rick.
Pat.
Dan.
Jared.
Sarah.
Dude!
Leave it to a non-fundamentalist juggalo.
Matt from the Black Lagoon.
So, guys, so let's, we'll just start on a, not start on a down note or anything, but Stan Lee, folks.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
That's it.
Stan Lee, what is...
It's sad, but it's also completely expected.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
the guy was 95.
Excellent,
Oh, okay.
This is like the boy who cried wolf to me because I've heard that Stanley
Exactly,
died
like-
so
like
many times. By
Eight,
Yeah,
that's a good point,
you know.
nine times in the past, like,
Yeah.
5-6 years. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't sure to believe it at first. And then
I
it
didn't.
was real.
Yeah, I didn't.
TMZ's reporting it's a good chance it happened. And
Oh, yeah,
where
really?
that's where I saw it first, yeah.
No, dude, I gotta say that's true, though, man, and that's
Yeah.
the unfortunate truth. If TMZ said it happened, it probably did happen.
TMZ
Sadly-
is such a giant load of garbage.
Thank
Like,
you.
I'm not denying that.
I don't watch or follow or pay attention to TMZ at all. I've only seen random clips of TMZ stuff because he like a couple weeks ago he played something that was from TMZ, and I'm like, who set this up this way? Who is like,
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
make a show with a bunch of pseudo journalists talking behind the scenes about a story that doesn't matter.
Right.
Like you're like a bunch of people that pretend they're journalists sitting there talking about how a celebrity bought an apple pie at McDonald's. Like where's the like why does this need conversation, first of all? And secondly, why are there 6 people like this animated about it? Like nobody gets this worked up about shit like this. And they made a whole network about it.
Yeah, they're hiring right now. If anybody's
The crazy thing, Sarah, is that people actually eat that stuff up. They wouldn't be who they were
Seems
if it
like
wasn't for people
McDonald's
being
around
like, I
Yeah.
want that, you know? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't watched TV, like regular TV. I'm not a regular TV consumer and haven't been for, I don't know, like a decade maybe. And the times when we do participate in normal TV stuff, like when my mom comes to visit, we have to like find the cable box and hook it back up again.
I don't
And,
even know
like,
where it is.
And when we watch it, we're both like, there are people in this world who like
Only
this
watch
is
this.
like their main view of reality, like every
Yeah.
single day. It's bizarre. It's so weird. I stopped watching regular TV because I couldn't handle being force-fed ads and commercials
Right.
all the time. That was the reason why I hated TV.
My sons are 9 and 6, and they have no idea what commercials are. The only time I hear them is if it's like, I think my wife, she has a Pandora where the commercial come up once in a while because she doesn't pay for it. That's
Yeah.
like only time. They're like, what is that? I'm like,
Yeah.
that is something devil. You know, it's just
That's,
like,
that's a company trying
buy
to make
stuff.
you buy.
You can buy shit, right?
yeah.
It's like they live.
Yeah.
On the end, you pay for a service, you don't get ads, but on TV, you pay for the service and you get ads.
Yeah, right, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about
Like
it.
Hulu.
And it's stupid too, because like, I have never forgotten to do my laundry or brush my teeth or like go get my oil changed or like get cars or like if the advertisements are like stupid stuff that you
Yeah.
know already to do.
Have you forgotten to brush your teeth this week? And you're like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I did.
Every
Thank you,
other
commercial for reminding me to go pick up some more toothpaste. I
Thank you,
forgot.
Aquafresh.
Yeah,
and then
thanks.
the dentist recommend
Triple
you brush my
action.
teeth.
Does McDonald's have to advertise? There's a McDonald's every 2 blocks.
I was
Do
just
they
gonna
have
say
to?
that. Yeah, if it's fast
Yeah, like
food,
does
every other
Coca-Cola
commercial.
need to spend $1 billion on one commercial?
Exactly.
Like,
We know it's there. It's
Yeah.
like,
I feel like it's just they're just flexing.
Yeah,
honestly,
that
is
is-
what
yeah,
they're
that's what that
doing.
is.
Okay.
Like, oh, check
Do-
me out.
Especially
Do you
Coca-Cola.
know what I found troubling? There's a McDonald's near where I live, and you know how they have like the golden arches, and then like where they could put like like a saying. It said, "Come in for our beef sandwiches." What the fuck does that mean?
What is a beef
it's
sandwich?
not
Okay.
exactly a burger, and it's not exactly not a burger.
What? What?
Which
the
is
fuck?
Arby's
No,
tagline.
what the fuck was I eating before? Because now it's all
Right.
beef.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, yeah, right.
Yeah, they like a month ago they came out with like a statement that their meat is now going to be all natural. And it's like, well, what the hell was
Yeah,
it?
well,
Yo, what was
Right,
the going
right,
on?
right.
Were you
Dude.
feeding people
It was
plastic
micro-
parts and like hooves?
And they'll
Now
never
with
tell
grilled
you.
cheese,
Yeah.
They'll never tell you what it was.
That they're
Sorry,
meat
this
is
thing
now-
is
What-
being-
Little feedback. Little feedback.
Yeah, there's
We're
a
good.
little bit of that.
They put duck feathers in the apple pies.
Duck feathers.
They grind them up like really thin. and
Why
then
is
you
that
just fuck
cheaper?
up.
Why is it cheaper to get duck
What? All right,
feathers?
here's a
than to
question.
just get
If
extra
you buy
flour?
a duck feather
Hold on.
blanket, you're spending like $500, but you can buy a duck feather apple pie for like $1 for 3.
I'm just gonna glue together some apple pies.
Jamie Oliver, like this renowned British chef or whatever,
Yeah.
he had a classroom with like these first graders, and he showed them the stuff that went into chicken nuggets. He actually made from scratch the chicken nuggets, like all the just the bone and the gristle that went to it, and the kids were like, ew, that's disgusting. And then he made it, he baked it. He's like, before he baked it, he's like, who would want one of these? They're like, no one, no one wanted one.
Right.
And then when it's finally out, it looks brand new, golden, crispy, everything like that. He's like, who's want one? Who wants one? They're all like, me.
Yeah.
You know, it
Wow.
didn't matter at all what went into it, how disgusting
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, the look on his face was like,
All of that is just
Yeah.
he just looked defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
food-shaped chemicals is what most people eat.
Yeah,
most of the time.
yeah.
And that's depressing.
By the way, I just want to say hello to Ariel in the chat, and my mom's in the chat, Keith Blaze in the chat,
Yeah.
Tony is in the chat, cousin Joe is in the chat, Alexis is in the chat, Matt Hill is in the chat. Dude, what's up, man?
Matt Hill.
Damn, man, there's a lot of people watching tonight.
My friend Tori
Go ahead.
said that I'm his hero. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if he can help me with my health insurance, he'll be my hero.
Yeah.
He's trying to. It's so expensive. So.
Fine, we'll get married, Mike Scroy,
No,
and I will
yeah.
help you with your health insurance.
No,
I'll be the best man.
Be the best man. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, it's 2018.
Yeah.
But he's helping me find a right plan to suit my needs. And after we looked at the prices, there's no such thing.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Yeah, that doesn't
so
exist.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't. It's just massively expensive.
Yeah.
So the good news is I have a job that I earn more money. The bad news is now I can't afford health insurance. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I
right.
could, but it's like a big chunk out of your paycheck.
That's
So
the
you're
give or
not
take.
making money then.
I think.
In that sense, you're not.
Clearly, yeah.
Because his health is paying for it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna eat chicken nuggets, and that's it.
Just
But
grind
then
down
you're
that
gonna
bone
eat way
marrow.
more doctors later.
Yeah, more doctors later.
Yeah.
And some apple pies with duck feathers.
Some apple pie, duck feathers.
A duck feather apple pie. Dude, man, I'm just saying, duck feathers seem like they're expensive in bulk.
I looked it up. It's there on two different sites.
What is? The duck feather thing?
Yeah.
Then it must be true.
Why would they
if
even
it's-
think to
if
put
it's
that?
too
But
easy.
you look closer, and both
Yeah.
of those sites
Yeah.
are ran by Matt Clohosey.
What chef is like, guys, dude, I figured out how to make these apple
Bulkier.
pies a little bulkier.
Okay, ready?
Duck
Ready?
feathers.
Get, everybody sit down. Hold on to something.
Okay.
Duck feathers.
Oh my god!
And they're like, how the hell did I not think of this?
Well, maybe they had the Monty
Someone
Python
asked
thing
what they
because
were
they used
in
to
it on
use
a
wood
Facebook
pulp,
comment. And
and now
Oh,
they're
yeah,
using
okay.
duck feathers.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to find a witch.
I think I'd rather eat the wood pulp
The wood pulp.
than the duck feathers. Duck feathers seems stabby. Wood pulp seems like,
It's plant-based, right?
Yeah, if you
Splintery.
pulverize it enough.
Splintery,
If
yeah.
you pull, yeah, but a wet splinter's no
So
good.
would duck feather pulp sound more palatable?
No.
If you're gonna throw them away anyway, because a lot of
taking a survey.
ducks processed throughout the year.
But Stan Lee,
that's a
man.
lot of feathers.
I mean,
Somebody's
Yeah,
ducks.
Stan Lee, man.
Stan Lee, man.
Stan Lee.
How did we end up here?
I don't, this is the nature. It's the nature of the show.
How the show is.
I know. No, it's great.
But what else was I going to say about that? Oh, TMZ. Somebody brought up TMZ.
TMZ,
So
yeah.
I'll spin back to that. But the truth is like, you know, you sort of scoffed at the TMZ thing, but then you kind of have to admit, when TMZ says something happened, it probably did fucking happen, and that's really terrible in a fucked up way because they're parasitic with the
Right.
way that they tell stories, man. Like, who was it? Was somebody from the Wu-Tang Clan came out recently, did this whole thing against TMZ?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Man.
Was it? Who was it?
No, that was World Star Hip Hop, my bad. Method Man, like,
Oh, he went against World Star?
Yeah.
Well, World Star's definitely worse.
Yeah.
By far, it's worse. Yeah.
Didn't Staten Island just claim the Wu-Tang Day?
Yes.
That is
saw that.
fucking
That
awesome.
should have happened a
November
long
9th.
time ago.
November
Wu-Tang
9th.
sponsors the Impossible Burger that White Castle came out, and they performed in a White Castle.
Did they really?
In the lobby of a White Castle, yeah.
They were on Good Morning America performing.
Yeah, I woke up, my girlfriend watches that. I'm like, what is happening right now? They're like playing gangster rap on Good Morning. Everyone's like so happy and cheering.
What is this?
And I had to,
This is a good morning.
Finally!
I had to remind my girlfriend. I was like, do these people know that they have lyrics that go, I'm going to sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you? And
Yeah.
feeding you and feeding you. Like, are they, is that 86-year-old woman aware of
And
this?
if you're gonna do
Morning.
it, do it with McDonald's.
track.
But
Yeah.
Is that 14-year-old
my
girl aware of
favorite
this?
was I'm gonna cut off your eyelids and feed you nothing but sleeping pills.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but the song, every other word was bleeped out, so you
Which
couldn't even
not
hear the
something
song.
impressive.
Yeah, it's not even a song anymore.
Magnum chips with a spiked fucking best.
Yeah. And then Michael Strahan
Good morning,
goes,
America.
Yeah, Michael Strahan says from Staten Island. Nobody says Staten Island.
From
Well-
Staten.
It's Staten Island.
He does.
He do. Who does?
Staten Island.
Michael Strahan does.
Yeah.
Yeah, just him.
Well,
I mean, he's technically correct. You're right. Yeah,
that's why I said it.
that's right.
Actually, I don't mind waking up to GMA because I get to like the first bout of like what's not real life, and then I can go about my day. Like,
Wow.
You know, so that's
It's too much for me, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but I saw one of those like Fox clips recently, and I don't know if they had
It's
an
so
MMA fighter or
dystopian
somebody
to
was
me.
on, and like the way they uncomfortably stand there glowing in the bright lights, all gold and like with like golden hair, and like they're interviewing people like, and they have no idea what they're talking about. Like the interviewer doesn't know. Like it was like I don't know what the hell we saw. It doesn't even matter who it was. It was like either an MMA fighter or some kind of chef. And it was on one of those like Fox and Friends kind of show, and they're just glowing in the bright light, and it's like, God, this is so weirdly dystopian. And like they have like these like, you know, plastic surgery smiles going.
And like depending upon where you are, there's a good chance it's in a mall. Like you ever like, you ever go to like on like a road trip and like you're in the foreign state, like you're in like Wyoming, you're like, oh, there's a mall. I need to get shoes. I haven't had shoes in a couple weeks. And like you're just walking around the mall, and then you're like, wait a minute, they filmed the news at the mall?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And then you're like, this isn't the news.
Remember the radio station they used to have at Seaview?
Oh my God, yeah.
Radio.
Really?
Wait, was that 106.3 used to be there? I thought maybe. I don't know.
No, 106.3 was in
It was,
Ocean
like, right in the
Township.
mall.
I remember it was not.
Eatontown.
Yeah.
Sorry, 106
Yeah.
was Eatontown.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was 94.3.
94.3 was
I
there.
think.
I think right.
Point.
Yeah.
The point.
The point. That's
Yeah.
right.
probably.
Well, you could go like Good Morning America and a lot of the morning shows in New York. You know, they have the offices right on the sidewalk, on the corner of the building. They have open glass windows. You can see into the studio from the sidewalk.
Right.
And that's just a bad idea in my opinion. I'm sorry.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Anybody go streaking through
great
there.
idea.
Or yeah,
Hundreds of people could go streaking through there during a live broadcast.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting.
Okay, and
Yeah. But it could happen.
That's the only reason Jared
I'm not
watches.
suggesting wink wink.
Dude, I want to do the run of the Santa Clauses this year. Is that what it's called? You know what? All the Santa Clauses, they all get drunk and they like run through a whole city.
I want to go to New York. I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead.
No, I want to be in it. Who wants to dress up like Santa with me and go do this?
They do it in Asbury.
They do one in Asbury,
Yeah.
right?
On Saturday the 13th or the 15th, I'm already dressing up as Santa for a bunch of kids. So
Okay.
So
If
schedule
it's at SantaCon
the,
Day,
schedule the
SantaCon.
run around that day, and
Yeah.
he'll just go all over the place.
SantaCon. Yeah.
Running.
That's it.
Can I ask you what you're going to be doing?
I hope I just bring Cole. I don't know what I'm doing. I got suckered into this, and my girlfriend like wants me to do it. I'm like, I don't really like talk a lot to strangers, like especially like little ones. So like, I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't talk to little.
Wait, you're gonna be like an actual real Santa for like real little kids
but
that
like,
don't know you.
right?
Dude,
and, like,
that's gonna be saying, dude, they're gonna like sit down in your lap and be like, "What do you want for Christmas?" "Oh, I want this."
No.
Like, do you know that gravity's not real? And like the kid's
great.
gonna be like, "Mom, I don't know what happened." He's like, "Listen, I'm not saying aliens exist.
How are
I'm
my
just saying
feet staying
there's
on the
other
ground?"
beings."
Totally. I'm gonna have
This
a
is a
list,
possibility.
and I'm gonna be like, you know what this is, right? Like this is the list.
What are you holding a gun?
Oh.
No, like the
Oh,
list,
right.
and I'm having like unfold and like roll out.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Be like, well, I don't see your name on. Like, I'm just thinking all these ways to fuck with the kids. And like, I know some of the parents. I'm like, you know, this isn't gonna be like fun for
Clearly,
them.
this isn't how Santa
like-
gets hired.
Right, exactly. Like, this is gonna like this kid's getting cold.
Yeah.
This kid's not on the list. Like,
See what
That's all
happens
the
with
kids.
rampant
That's
nepotism.
you know what you do? You take off the hat, you take off the wig, you take off the beard, and you
This
look
is
the kid
reality.
right in the fucking eyes, like he's not real, dummy.
I worked at Macy's once for the Christmas holiday, and then you can go into the break room, and that's where the mall Santa would hang out, and it's just like. It's not real anymore. It's a guy.
He's in there
You know.
smoking a cigarette like it's 1985.
Yeah.
What do you want, kid?
What do you want?
Goddamn
In
kid.
1985, you could probably smoke one right in the chair.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
smoke
right.
it. You can tell the
front
kid
of
to
the
light
kid.
your cigarette for you.
Now you have like a Santa who's vaping in the kids' face.
Right.
That's terrible.
Because Santa's breath smells like raspberry.
But the kid, that
Stevia.
kid's vaping too, so the parents, everyone
Everybody's
is.
vaping.
What's the Christmas monster? Krampus?
Krampus.
Yeah.
Go to SantaCon as Krampus. Just change it up a little.
Man, Krampus.
God.
Yeah.
Nobody's done
when
that
I
yet.
dress him as
No,
Santa for the kids, like you should be
they-
lurking behind
they-
the tree as
they
Krampus.
have,
Like,
I
every
don't
now
know.
and again,
Can have
like,
a
peek
bag
out.
of
Where,
kids.
but they had like this
Bag of
parade.
kids.
just-
Krampus.
It was like
Just oh, they did?
Run of the Krampuses.
a few
The run of the Krampus.
100 people dressed up like
Krampus?
Krampus.
Yeah.
What was that movie that was a couple years ago?
It seems like what?
Something Asbury Park would do too.
Yeah.
They do have a Krampus day in
What is
Asbury.
Sounds
I don't know
Was
what
that
they do on
Krampus?
it.
That movie Clown where he put the clown suit on and like turned into the monster? Wasn't that based off of Krampus?
Could be. There was something about it. I think that came out. That might be what it was.
It was around Christmas time. It was good. I can't believe this is the first time ever I'm the only one in the room to see a movie.
Yeah.
Mark
Or
this
maybe
on
you're
your
just
calendar.
describing it poorly.
I'm pretty sure it's called Clown.
Clown.
Horror movie. The guy gets a clown suit and like it becomes a
it
part of
was
him, and then he turns into a monster.
Eli Roth movie.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good. I think it was based off Krampus.
The
If I had
guy
to guess.
turns into a clown, but like while he's turning into a clown, his mind goes, and then he starts doing like some like fucking shit.
The clown
It
was
sounds like the Joker.
It's from like the ancient like Germanic folklore that would like kill kids in the snow and
Yeah,
Right.
Krampus.
yeah.
He had long fingers.
I don't remember.
Was that Slender Man, I think. That had
They're
long
all the
fingers,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
Yeah. The
Boogeyman.
monster in the snow.
It's just some creepy ass fucking white dude that looks like, well, not me, but
Not you.
wink wink.
Dude, they're rebooting the Child's Play.
Oh, I saw you post that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, care.
You don't care?
Wait. So about Star Wars, you're a Rogue One
Yes,
fan, and
loved it.
Did anyone else like Rogue One? Did anyone else see
dude,
it?
I think Rogue One's the
Other than
greatest
us?
Star Wars
fucking
movie I've
awesome.
ever seen.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think outside the trilogy, the original, I think it's the best one.
It goes Empire and then Rogue
My opinion.
One.
What's Star Wars?
I don't know.
Don't break my heart. Okay?
What are you drinking?
No, but they're
Fat
doing
Tire.
the show.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
yeah.
Is they're doing a live action Star Wars show that follows Cassian, which is the main character who, spoiler, dies in Rogue One.
Well, that's cool that they're.
And one of the comments that I saw about everyone complaining
Thanks,
about
sir.
this movie, one person said, "I'm not interested. I already know how he dies." It's like,
who cares?
what about every Star Wars prequel ever made? Like, I know how the whole family lineage dies. Like, doesn't change the fact that the movie's amazing.
I know how George Washington died. I'm still gonna learn about him.
Jared has one.
Jared, you got a bottle?
Do you know what's funny though? The only negative against that, I'll say, and it's not against that, it's that they can do a Han Solo show. More so than a movie.
They
because
could do
They
a
could do a
Han
Han
Solo.
Solo.
Han Solo, but he's
Yeah.
built perfectly for TV.
That was
because
good. That was really
basically
good.
the line is, "Me and Chewie got out of a lot of tougher guarded places than this." I want to see those stories. That's what as a Star Wars
That's
fan.
all the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
That you don't see.
Their characters have been around since 1977.
Yeah.
That's why I hated The Hangover.
What's that?
I wanted to see all the crazy shit that happened, not just the rest of
Not
the movie.
the after the fact. Yeah.
Well, that would be a much bigger production. It would cost a lot more money.
But I want to see Jabba the Hutt. I want to see Han
Yeah, I
Solo.
hear you, dude.
That thing. I want to see Greedo. I want to see Boba Fett. I don't want to see. I'm looking forward to The Mandalorian.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
But I don't want to
looking
see new
forward to
characters. I wanna
Dude,
see,
but did you like the Solo movie?
I did. Yeah, I liked it.
But I liked it, but recognized that it was kind of flawed in certain ways.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But I feel like if they had another crack at another Solo movie, like a
think
sequel
it'd
to
be
it,
awesome.
I feel like they could kill it now.
Oh, totally.
Right? Like it doesn't have to have the flaws, because Ron Howard came in and rescued
Right.
the first one, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it had its flaws. I love the whole Darth Maul thing. I want to see more Darth Maul if they brought him
You know
back.
where that comes from, right?
The Clone Wars.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, and that's coming back.
That's coming.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god!
so
That'd be awesome.
excited for it.
For the love of God, make Ahsoka a character in a movie. And Thrawn. Ahsoka and Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Yeah, I can
Thrawn
see those
for
two
real.
transitioning well into the movies.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh.
Thrawn will be on the show. Maybe he'll be in the Rogue One show. That would be cool.
I imagine that it's a possibility he's going to show up in something live action.
I think it's gonna show up too. I think it's gonna show up in the new movie, in the trilogy.
Who could play him?
Yeah,
I'll tell you
that
exactly
is
who plays him.
dumb.
Benedict Cumberbatch would be the perfect Thrawn.
People
Yeah.
say that jokingly. I don't.
People say it
really-
jokingly. It's 100% right.
Or what's his name? Who was Magneto? Who played the young Magneto?
Patrick Stewart.
No.
No,
The,
Young Magneto.
Oh.
No, who was in the Alien movies? What's his name?
Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender.
I don't know who that is.
Michael Fassbender. He was
Michael Fassbender.
played Magneto in.
Magneto. He was the droid in Prometheus. He was old.
Yeah, he was in.
I got a gap here in the movie
You
seeing.
never saw
Prometheus. No.
Did you see X-Men: Days of Futures Past? Or,
I thought that X-Men started to suck after a while, so I
Yeah.
stopped watching it.
He played Magneto.
Pretty much when
Young
the
Magneto.
Wolverine movie came out, I gave up.
Yeah.
Because
He
it
played
was
young
really
Magneto.
terrible.
He's good. I think he can pull it off. Well, he also did Assassin's Creed, the movie.
Oh, well, if he did that, then he would fit that part.
He was
I
in
didn't
Inglourious
hear about that.
Bastards. He was
Oh.
the scene at the bar where he goes like this, 3 is like this.
Yeah.
He was the one who goes 3 like that.
Okay, yeah.
So he was in that.
The Ape in New York. And then halfway through, the guy realizes that he's English, so he just like, okay, well, seeing as about to die, let's start using the Queen's Oath. And then just
Bless you.
Salud. Salud.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, man. I think a solo show is a good idea.
So it was.
I can't believe that's not the first thing somebody would have thought. I can't believe I never thought of that before. Because Han Solo's solo adventures have got to be the coolest shit. How is it not? How could that not be better than like if you watch Rebels, right?
Right.
Like Rebels, you're basically watching bounty hunters that are like converted and like have become part of this resistance, right? And how is Solo? How is his adventures not even more interesting than that? Like they would have to be.
I feel like
Yes and no. Like
Solo's got a rich history.
Yeah, but the thing is, people are giving him it's interesting because of your emotional attachment to the Han Solo character.
Right.
But like Star Wars, at least the time periods that most people are most familiar with and enjoy the most, you know, it spans an enormous war that like involved countless star systems. Like Han Solo wasn't the most important smuggler turned rebel. Like he's just one of like so many. So it's ridiculous to imagine that his story is so pushed forward when like that's why Rogue One was so good, because those were the people that they meant when they said a lot of rebels died getting this information.
Right.
Like that's who they were talking about. These people.
Right.
You know, or
but the thing about Han, it's not that Han overall is that different of a bounty hunter, but him as a character is just so likable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like his character development. Like I thought the young Han did a good job. I thought that's how young Han would have acted.
Right.
I thought he nailed it. You know what I mean? And there's something about the Han Solo fucking personality that is just draws people to him. You know?
He has the.
He got Princess Leia. I mean.
Yeah. He's got that bravado.
That isn't something to brag about, though.
She is a princess, though.
Not everybody just goes and gets a princess. I mean,
stop it.
Especially if you're just a low-life bounty hunter. I mean, it's a Lady and the Tramp story.
He's not a bounty hunter.
Smuggler?
Yes.
All right, he's a smuggler.
He's a scoundrel.
Jeez.
He's a scoundrel.
Yeah, Rick, what the hell?
No, but I mean more or less that people. I think people want to see more. They love the originals, obviously. That's what spawned all the prequels and this and that. People are connected. At least the older fans are connected to that. They want to see more of that world. So why not revisit the character that is one of the most popular characters outside of Darth Vader? I just, I mean, maybe they are doing something. Who knows?
Would you guys get behind a Lando movie?
Well, they were making a Boba Fett series, but they canceled it.
They canceled it too.
And the reason why is most likely because the Mandalorian series is coming out, and it would be
too much Mandalore.
But I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like it's fan service to a large degree, and I acknowledge that as one of the biggest fans.
Right.
That's the truth. And I guess it's because I'm not just a fan of the movies that I understand there's some characters that are so amazing that were never put on screen. You know, that like before Thrawn was put into Rebels, he was hands down one of the best Star Wars characters ever written, the best Star Wars villain ever made. He far surpasses Vader in how interesting of a character he is.
Yeah. I love Anakin.
And if all they had done was just keep regurgitating Vader over and over, nobody else would ever have gotten to experience Thrawn, really.
Yeah.
You gotta make room for the new stuff. And
true.
Pay tribute to the old stuff, but not like over and over. You know what I mean? Like,
to regurgitate the old stuff.
Keith Blaze says a Yoda or Obi-Wan show.
See, the reason why Yoda makes sense is because Yoda's backstory is almost completely anomalous. Yeah. It's not like Han Solo. You hear stories about Han Solo in stories that Han Solo isn't even in.
Yeah.
Where other people are talking about things they heard Han Solo did. Like, that's real.
Right.
If you read Star Wars books, people talk about things Han Solo did that they just heard and rumors. And but Yoda is different. Nobody knows anything about him.
Like Yoda in his prime.
It's actually a good idea, but it's a dangerous idea because if you choose the wrong path for his backstory, fans are going to burn you to the ground.
Right. There was a comic with a young Yoda, and he was fighting a Sith, and it was amazing. It was I don't know, the Sith became thousands of little versions of himself, and they're climbing on Yoda.
That's a superpower.
Yeah, and it was all psychological, and it was this whole. It was amazing. I forget where it was. It was from Dark Horse before it went over to Marvel. So when they touched upon, I'm like, this is cool. You don't see young Yoda fighting and kicking ass. So.
Imagine if you could explode into a million little nano versions of yourself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And explode on it.
It was like a dark side psychological thing.
Holes in your body,
No, you just go into some water and you grow.
But it was like, I don't know if it was Palpatine or whatever it was, and he kept saying, I am the dark side. So it was like the dark side manifested itself in like a human form or something. Man. But Yoda was fighting it, and Yoda, he was young, but he, you know, like young, I guess 200 is like 17 in like human years.
Well, he's like 900 when he dies, right?
He's 900 he died, yeah, so. But maybe, I don't know, are they going to do Knights of the Old Republic? He could show up there. And see, that's what people want. Why don't they just do it?
I don't know.
Because they eradicated it, Mike. They got rid of all the good stuff to make room for Disney. But, in Disney's credit, they're not doing a bad job. It's just
not bad.
Heartbreaking when you love the stuff that they said isn't.
Yeah, it's hard to let go what you're used to. Yeah.
There's a Breaking Bad movie coming out. Not to change the
I
subject,
heard
but it's
about
something
it.
I wanted to throw out
I didn't
there.
read anything about it. I was waiting for you to talk about it, honestly. I wanted your interpretation.
I love Breaking Bad so much that I could teach a class on Breaking Bad and the philosophy of Breaking Bad. And the one thing I've always said about Breaking Bad is you could do a season 6. And people say, well, why Walter White died? And I said, well, hold on a minute. Well, Bryan Cranston recently came out in an interview and said, by the way, we never actually saw Walter White die.
Right.
Just to let you all know that.
They checked
and
his
like,
pulse and all that at the end.
That's nasty. But then, more interesting than that to me, how the hell does Jesse Pinkman return to the world after being enslaved by Nazis for months and forced to cook meth? He has murders under his belt at this point. He has got 2 dead loves of his life under his belt, and he just spent like the last several months in a cage. And now, first off, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Isn't that what the movie is going to be?
The movie, I think, is about that. So I've always said, if you could do a season 6 of Breaking Bad, what I care about is what the hell happened to Jesse Pinkman after he got out.
Right.
That's what I care about. So supposedly the premise of the movie is about somebody, because they're trying to be vague, but they're failing at it.
Right.
They're like
Right, that's why I didn't want to read anything yet. I didn't want to be left out.
They're like somebody who's been imprisoned for a certain amount of time, escapes and goes back to the real world and has to readapt. And I was like, oh, this is about Jesse Pinkman. They're shifting the story to Jesse, which they should do. They should shift it to
It was
Jesse.
already about him, kind of. If you look at it, a lot of the story was about him.
Definitely, he was definitely the second in charge.
Yeah.
You know, it's Walter White's story for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mikey William in the chat is speaking my language.
What's he saying?
I always say if there's one story that I wish so bad they had put out before Disney killed the expanded universe, it's the one that Mikey Williams just said, which was General Grievous before he was changed over. Because most people don't even realize that he was a living being,
an alien,
before he was a cyborg.
How do you turn into a droid?
Well,
Vader,
his story is dark,
It's
man.
dark,
Like he kills Jedi, but like he was kind of brainwashed sort of into hating them, but like nobody knows anything about his backstory really, and they don't even touch on it in Clone Wars almost at all, except in one episode there's a statue of him when he was still like had all his parts.
Yeah, it's a hero,
but
right?
I don't think anybody even realized that was meant to be him unless you were familiar with his backstory.
Well, I had the figure of him before he became a droid. I thought that was so cool. And he's like an alien.
That would be an amazing. I always wish that they could have done like a Clone Wars episode that was a flashback episode of his life.
Yeah.
Before that, because it would have been so good.
Origin story of Grievous would be
I
dope.
just wanted to point that out because
fine,
I've never met anyone else that was the first thing they said, and that's always what I say. I wish they had written those books.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, he represents what Anakin becomes. You know, was a living thing who's now more machine.
Yeah.
At least that's what like George Lucas said or something. So you're right. It is an interesting story. Find how he made that turn to a robot thing.
I need to Google even though you guys are talking.
Oh, all right.
So Breaking Bad.
So Jesse Pinkman's story. We're on board with this. We want to see this.
I do. I'm down with it.
I mean, what is Aaron Paul doing anyway? Xbox commercials or whatever the hell he does? Like, I don't think he has like.
He had that Hulu show that he did.
Oh, that the Path or something like that.
That's what it was. Yeah, right.
The only thing that guy has is Breaking Bad, and he's hanging on to it with both hands. He's like, please let me get some more money out of this.
Let me tell you
He's
something.
going to be getting a lot of money off of
Let me
it
tell you
for a
something.
long
I'm glad he's
time.
holding on to it the way he is.
Okay, fine.
I need somebody to, because I need that fucking shit to come back.
That's the same here. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Would you watch Better Call Saul or no?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do a little bit. I haven't seen the newest
I
one,
feel
but-
the same way. I do a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because it's in the Breaking Bad world. So there's crossover characters and stuff, and you see people from Breaking Bad who you love show up, right?
Right.
Which is always exciting when if you're a fan of a show, right?
Yeah.
But like,
way too much filler.
way too much filler.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad was the perfect formula for a TV show, and I'll tell you why. Because every single show, they revealed something important, but left something out that you needed to know. And they simultaneously did both every single episode. You always discovered something, but there was always something else you needed to find out. The show was like crack. Like you could not stop watching it.
It's like meth.
Just like the meth they sold on it.
Like the meth they sold.
Like Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's like that.
Seinfeld?
Except, yeah, but Seinfeld's not glued together in the same way, though.
not.
Right.
Seinfeld sells meth.
Stop.
Ongoing story.
That's what the whole show's about. Show about nothing and meth.
Well, continuous nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's not about nothing. Seinfeld is not about nothing. I don't know why they always say that, though.
No, the show on the show.
That was their
about
first
nothing.
episode. That was how they actually started the entire series.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, right.
So starting off, it's a show about nothing.
About nothing.
Yeah, so
right,
they were the
right.
ones who said that. Yeah.
Right. But it's, you know what it's really about? It's really about those annoying moments out in the real world where you have to mingle and deal with people.
Things.
And things.
Yeah.
You know? And like the fact that it's annoying for everybody, that nobody has just an easy day.
Right.
It's like a myth. You know, and it's like something I have to keep reminding myself because I get pissed off about everything. I'm like, why is this so hard for me? And it's easy for you know what? It's not really.
All right. This is why I've really embraced the head nod. Okay, you go. I am acknowledging your presence, but I don't want to fucking talk to you. So let's just keep on with your day and.
I'll keep on with mine.
Exactly.
It's like Larry David with the stop and chat. He wants to do
oh
a
my
stop and
God,
chat.
I
I
do
don't
that
want
all
to do
the
a stop
time.
and chat. That's coming back.
Small
I mean,
talk
I-
is the worst.
Well, yeah.
Yo, hey, how you doing?
I like a
Oh,
real
man,
conversation.
Yeah, you don't care.
I'm fine with a real
Like,
conversation.
seriously.
Everybody at this table, I've had real conversations with all of you. But the small talk, dude, makes me want to gouge my. Hey, how you doing? Oh, fine. You know, and like
I like that awkward silence when you're both just standing there in line.
Yeah.
You're like talking. Like,
All right. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
The worst is when you're at a urinal and another guy next to you.
Oh,
you have to
no.
pee so bad, and you just can't go. You know, I'm the
Stage
one you guys with me.
I get that. I get that.
Yo,
Stage fright.
yeah.
Wait till he flushes and then I can start going. I just
Stage
can't.
fright.
Oh
Can't
my
do
gosh,
it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
How about
Stage
people
fright.
who
I'll go
talk
on
to you while you're
Oh,
pissing
no.
at the urinal?
I don't look. I don't make eye contact.
No,
Like
no.
the
If-
sink
no.
is fine. Afterwards, the sink.
If If
Yeah.
I know you, if I hadn't seen you in a while,
Right.
right? And I walk into a building to go to a urinal, and I see you for the
Yeah.
first time in months, I would probably piss next to you in utter silence.
Right.
And when we got
Oh,
to
yeah.
the mirror, I'd be like,
Hey!
Mike Scroy, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my God, right?
You shake your
Maybe,
hands.
maybe,
Yeah.
hey, dude, hey, and that's it. Hey,
Well,
hey,
there's like
that's
10
it.
urinals and the
Yeah.
guy like goes right next to you.
Right, right, down.
Seriously.
Get the fuck out of here! There's 9 more. You gotta sidle up next to me.
But the worst is when they don't have those dividers. So it's like one big long trough.
Oh my God.
They're just standing next to each other.
No,
Out of watering
no,
hole.
no.
I hate that.
Need
It's like at a
flashcards.
German
Oh.
Oktoberfest.
You need flashcards.
Pissing in a big bucket together.
What was it on Curb Enthusiasm when he's making the restaurant? He's like, I want doors, the stall doors to go to the floor.
All the way to the floor. Yeah.
I want people to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Still catch somebody. I
You'd be like-
recognize those sneakers. That was the guy who had tacos.
When I
Disgusting.
was like 11 years old, I went to England and I used a public restroom there. And I don't know if it was like common across public restrooms there or if it was just at the place that I happened to be in. But the stall door went all the way to the floor. And I still remember it to this day thinking, that is awesome. I wish that
How
we
come it's not like that?
would
They have
take
some
this
with doors,
technology
yeah.
home with us.
Well, I worked at a Bonefish Grill, and they had like almost like closet doors, like
Yeah.
you know, with the slats. You know,
Oh, those are the worst.
are better.
No, they're not.
Well, it's some privacy at least.
Well, you could like move and peek in.
Yeah. If you want to be a creep, yeah. Some places have full doors, yeah.
Why the fuck else would you move the slats unless you're a fucking creep?
That's true. Maybe you're just curious.
What's going on in there?
I can totally.
Okay, just checking.
I'm sorry, Lee. 80s. I'm just writing a paper.
Just wondering what bathrooms are like. Just peeking in.
Research.
I could.
Nothing creepy here.
I could totally identify with wanting to have the stall thing all the way down.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Because one time I was taking a shit and some guy, I guess he must have wanted to get into the bathroom, so he took his feet and put it under the stall to show that he was waiting for me to get out of there.
Oh my god!
I was like, I see some guys running shoes go under this. Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
I would stay there for another hour.
Weird, like.
Oh no!
Then the shoe becomes target practice.
Right.
If I'm driving and somebody's riding my ass, I'll drive as slow as possible.
Yeah.
So if I'm taking a shit in the urinal,
same way.
I'll
do the speed limit then.
I'll be like, boy, I'm gonna be here a while.
He put his foot under the door.
Both feet. I just see a pair of running
Both
shoes
feet?
go
How
under
did
the door.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man, I'll be right out. Give me a sec.
Now that's stage fright. I might buckle up at that. I might be like, I can't finish now.
Wait till he starts whispering.
Oh.
Hey, dog.
I can hear it. So I saw a guy in Great Adventure. He had bare feet and he was sloshing around. And like he didn't even like think about it. He was like just
That's
walking
the
around.
kind of guy
that's the kind of guy that does that. The guy.
Their apple pies.
Yeah.
This guy's got ringworm.
Yeah, that guy is ringworm.
He's not a carrier. He is.
He's a new strain.
It's not Earthworm Jim. Ringworm Jim instead.
Ringworm Jim.
That made me happy.
I don't remember what we were talking about. You were talking about the urinal. That's all. That's what it was.
Let's start with Jerry Seinfeld. Just a little incidental.
Way back
What's the
there.
deal with ringworm? You don't wear rings. It's not really a worm.
Third awesome talking row where we've gone to the bathroom.
It's a record.
I think 2 weeks ago was Mexicans in Mexico. They bring their own toilet paper out of the stall.
For the garbage can, right? We talked about
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
I know some people who used to do
What
that
was it
too.
before that? I don't even want to know. You know what?
Yeah,
Let's not revisit.
New topic.
revisit it. But dude, barefoot in a Great Adventure bathroom.
Barefoot in
Come
any
on.
Yeah.
In any bathroom.
Barefoot anywhere.
Savage.
You can be barefoot in your own bathroom.
That's about it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't even like doing that.
But
Not with my boys.
Oh, well, maybe not if you have little kids around. Yeah, maybe that's there's
More
no guarantee.
misses that gets in the toilet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
See people go barefoot and gathering porta potties.
Oh,
What is wrong with everyone?
The world.
What do they think? They're just invincible? They're just gonna live forever, germ-free and fancy-free?
See, if you go to like let's say Jenkinson's, or wherever you go like on a Friday, you know, a lot of women would take their shoes off because obviously they're wearing heels or uncomfortable when they would dance, and they would dance, you know, barefoot. But I can understand the foot pain, but even just barefoot in a public place is
yeah, it's rough.
You're asking for
That's a-
trouble.
that's
You step on your feet.
Not to mention, man, look, let's be honest, man.
That's
That
a
club,
red
Odds to be
flag.
comfortable like that.
yeah. And plus a club, we're talking about a lot of sweat.
A lot of sweat, a lot of alcohol on the ground.
Yeah, right. You're talking about alcohol
throw it
sweat.
up, yeah.
Sticky.
It's sticky.
Yeah.
I never got that.
Because, like, you get the traffic coming through there, too. It's like...
It's not desirable.
It's not desirable traffic, right? You got corn sliding around on the floor, bunions, what have you.
I went to see.
It was just like a mess
Just
of
ears of corn.
Yeah, just.
I went to see. I saw
that
John
a
Oliver
barn
Friday.
dance?
I saw
John Oliver, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 6 years ago, I think?
I saw him Friday. A buddy of mine named Scott Rogowski. You know the HQ app? You ever do the HQ? It's a trivia thing. Well, anyway.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me
Yes,
about
that's what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
You're like serious money.
The guy who hosts that does a live talk show, and he interviewed John Oliver. So I'm in the front row, and the girl next to me had her shoes off, barefoot, the whole show.
Oh, weird.
And I mean, you can put your shoes on and walk away, but it's like, what? Are you in your living room?
Yeah.
This is a
weird.
theater.
It's bizarre. Yeah, alright.
Whatever.
We'll remain nameless, but when Awesome Talk first started, there was one night where all the people from the show were hanging out in the living room, okay? And one of the people here, in the middle of conversation, just kicked his sneakers off, and for like a good hour and a half was just rubbing his feet together. Yeah. Like, it was the most off-putting thing I had ever witnessed. It was so off-putting because the whole time I just kept thinking, like,
I don't know why I'm still here.
How could you not understand the way that this looks
and sounds
or
smells?
This, like anything,
it
all of
the
those
senses,
things.
really.
It's just bizarre. It's bizarre that no one noticed, or I don't even understand the thought process that brings you.
Put your feet
Listen,
away.
I'm not that kind of person, Jared.
Okay.
I won't say names on camera.
Somebody that's here.
Yeah.
But
No, it's not. No, it's not someone that's here.
Oh, that's. I thought you.
Not someone that's here now. It's.
Oh, okay.
It was just during. It was after an Awesome Talk meeting at one time.
Years ago.
I didn't mean that it was someone that was or wasn't on the show.
I thought you meant like currently somebody was here that was doing this.
There's like a camera under the bar and everyone's doing it.
Simultaneously, like, shit, I got caught.
Quickly putting their shoes back
Everyone
on.
stops real quick.
That was a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing where he didn't want to take his sneakers off in somebody's house.
Oh, yeah,
take
right.
my shoes off. I agree with him. I would take my shoes off.
Oh, I hate when you last do that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Shoes off. Bottle breaks.
And he took the sneakers off, and then he went back the next day to get them.
Yeah.
And they didn't have them. It's like, okay, well, what the fuck did you do to my sneakers?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think so and so walked out with them. How the hell are you going to get my sneakers to someone else?
There's places where walking to someone's home with your shoes on is like the most disrespectful thing.
I know.
And the thing is, I absolutely understand why.
Oh, totally.
It's like the bottoms of my shoes are for sure gross, and I have no idea where you guys are walking.
The rest of us walk in men's rooms. Do you have any idea?
Yeah.
Speaking
Whenever I
of
tie my
gross
shoes, I
things,
think I need a tetanus shot.
I'm happy you put that. You said that because I was going to make a post on Facebook the other day about how we spend so much of our lives avoiding touching things in public bathrooms.
Oh, I don't.
But here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
I bet almost none of you ever think or feel grossed out when you touch your own shoelaces to tie them.
No.
Because think of what those have been through and what they've seen.
Actually,
You know,
I don't tie my shoes.
I don't tie my shoes either. I tie
Getting
my
Velcro
shoes.
Yeah, I tie
The
them.
rest of the life of the shoe.
Dude, like shoelaces touch like the most awful. The shoelaces are the first on the battle scene. Almost
Right. First thing in the door. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Especially
and
when
people
you're
are
the
just
fallen guy that's
Yeah.
trying to
there
get
you
in.
go.
Right.
Somebody's sticking their shoe under
Flops
the
it
door.
around like
Yeah, that's a lot of germs.
shoelaces are flopping around like
Pressing
bloodhound
your body up
ears.
against the door like
Yeah.
this.
You're like, God, boy, your shoelaces certainly are soaking up a lot of piss. Sir.
Oh my God! You shouldn't tie his shoes together.
I'm totally doing that if that guy comes back.
If that guy comes back, you have a lot more confidence.
I remember you.
I remember those
He
sneakers.
whispers it.
Remember these sneakers?
I know what
Still
you're doing.
waiting.
And you're kind of like, yo, I think we're actually kind of bros now, so it's like, it doesn't really bother me too much.
Yeah.
Talking about this on a podcast.
Did you see that video where the guy was like in the bathroom next to the dude and he was like, hey man, what's going on? You play Call of Duty? And they started like talking and then they like exchanged numbers and they
It was probably
like
an
they
Aaron
became
Paul
friends.
commercial
Became
for
friends.
Call of Duty.
We have to cut to our first break, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to cut to our first break, and it's about 25 minutes, so everybody do me a favor and hit one of those like buttons or whatever, and share this, and tell everybody we're coming back, and pay attention, because I'm playing one of my favorite clips. I think this is the first time Ray Ray Beats was on.
Nice.
And also some Ice in the Faces in there too. And we'll be back in about 25 minutes right here with all our guests. It's continuing this. So Matt, you tell me when we're, out.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same.